219! 219!
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abeticola on 312 Sports.
Who gives you forward progress? We do. You're pushing forward and that whistle is blown, and maybe you get pushed backward, but we are going to make sure the farthest that you have gotten toward your goal, we place you there on 312 Sports.
We'll do a tush push for you.
Here on 312 Sports, a Chicago Bears podcast called Forward Progress. I'm Dan Bernstein. That is Matt Abeticola. We talk about your Chicago Bears.
Bears on three! 1, 2, 3! Bears!
Yay! And at 4 and 3, they have yet another terrific opportunity in front of them, regardless who is quarterbacking this Bengals team, because they're not very good. The Bengals defense is bad and their offensive line sucks, and this should be a get-right game. But the NFL is weird, and we know the Bears are often weirder than the baseline weirdness of the NFL. Ben Johnson and this regime hoping to put an end to that. Here's a chance to prove it.
Yeah, and we'll see how it all plays out on Sunday, whether it's with Joe Flacco or if it's Jake Browning. It's a blob, weird season. We just don't know what we're going to get from the Bears week to week. Hopefully this is a week they can take advantage of the weakest defense in the league and get some points, particularly in the red zone where they've struggled. So it's either going to work out one way or the other where someone gets healthy. It's the Bengals defense is going to get healthy in the red zone, or the Bears offense is going to eat.
Maybe a little bit of both in ways that we cannot know, and that would probably be my guess. I don't usually say stupid stuff like this, but I'm going to. If the Bears have 6 or fewer penalties, they're going to win.
There's been a lot of concentration this week on cleaning up the penalties.
Just stay out of your own way. Stay on schedule. Stay on target. Stop being stupid. 6 or fewer penalties. I'm just imposing that from the top down as my arbitrary number. It just feels right to me. 6 or fewer, this is a dub.
And they've been averaging 9 penalties and about 80 yards a game.
If you see something, say something.
We'll see how that took place this week, if it had an impact or an effect.
It's what they've said in practice. See something, say something. Coach, get over here. Punish this guy. As far as the significant injuries, it looks like the wide receivers all came back yesterday for the most part, and I am optimistic that they'll be all right there.
With the exception of Luther Burden.
Well, right, because go ahead, give him rest.
Yeah.
You don't mess with head injuries. But Odunze back. We're not going to see Jade Walker and Devin Duvernay out there.
No, yeah, Zacchaeus and Odunze and Moore and Cole Kmet all limited in practice yesterday, all back. Did not practice Joe Thuney, DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson, and, of course, Luther Burden just mentioned.
I'm hopeful that Swift is going to play. It's a big drop-off to Kyle Monangai, and getting Tyreek Stevenson back would be absolutely enormous with these 2 wide receivers out there.
Full participation for Stevenson yesterday, and then Amin Agbagbamiga.
Nice.
There you go. Your guy, full participation.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm proud of you.
I was trying to have fun with you, but you don't like to have fun.
I do like to have fun, but
you don't. You never like to have fun.
You're a guy with that long
You never
name.
like to have fun.
Yeah,
I just want
right.
to have fun. All you want to do is just be serious.
Yeah, that's
and talk
my
sports.
problem. Is I'm too serious about sports.
You're just too mature and you're too evolved. And
I just take
never
sports,
want to have fun and laugh.
Take it way too damn seriously. Going up against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, regardless of who's quarterbacking, is going to be a chore. I mentioned this with Patrick Finley yesterday. If you're going to beat me, you better not beat me on slants. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see 12 slants to Jamar Chase. I want to use the sideline as a defender. Make it more difficult over there. Don't give him the room to operate. Don't give him a head of steam coming across the field into the middle of your defense, unless there's somebody on the backside they're ready to clock him.
Now, are you saying that specifically because of what the Bengals have done the last 2 weeks? Okay, yeah. I mean, Joe Flacco has just been throwing. I mean, he can throw darts, and you give him the space in the room that he needs. He's going to make those throws every time. So take the inside leverage. force him outside, make him make those throws to the outside of the hash marks and work that portion of the field.
And also, don't overcommit on your jam, because either one of these guys, but particularly Chase, if he swims by you, if he catches you leaning, trying to punch him in the neck at the line of scrimmage, you are toast.
Yeah, and he's going to get his targets, obviously. He'll get between the 15 to 20 targets that Joe Flacco will look for him, or Jake Browning. He's going to make his catches. He's going to gain yards. You just have to limit the damage of what he does.
I don't think it's too much to ask.
No, and it's good having Stevenson back to be able to do that. I mean, he's the best option that the Bears have to cover Jamar Chase. No one's ever going to shut him down. That's not going to be a play. But limit what he does, take away touchdowns, take away that inside leverage. I like that plan. Keep him to the outside, force those more difficult throws, and hopefully your defensive line can make some hay. And a guy like Montez Sweat, who seems hungrier and more excited to get out there on the field, hopefully he can make some plays against a guy who just doesn't move very well, but throws the ball quickly and knows where to throw the ball.
I would like to see them be able to accomplish all of these goals without the yellow flags. So prove it. Prove it. You spent all week talking about it. You put it on the players. Go prove it. Because I'm going to get my usual resting level of Bears annoyance. This is going to be one where usually my wife and daughter can measure what's going on in a Bears game based on the number of times I go, God damn it! God! And a lot of it is the pre-snap penalties. Just I'll take a lap. They'll hear me get up. They'll hear me throw the remote. They'll hear thumping and something going on, and then I'll walk around and I'll come back and I'll sit down.
Yeah, and the Bears have been, I think, number one in the league in pre-snap penalties. So we'll see how that gets cleaned up with an extra focus on it over this week. The coordinators, they take their turn meeting the media. They met yesterday. Declan Doyle had some things to say about working on cleaning up the offense and working on those pre-snap penalties.
This team is still averaging more than 2 false starts per game. What can be cleaned up in the pre-snap with a lot of these penalties?
Yeah, so we've gone back and kind of looked at every penalty we've committed. Just trying to, obviously, we're all looking to clean all those things up throughout the whole team, but we're kind of using some unorthodox things as far as out there on the practice field that you might not see. But it's something that we're addressing and is really important for us to be able to stay on schedule and be able to move the ball offensively and be effective and finish with touchdowns.
Like what? What's
I don't want to give any of that away.
At every penalty, though, is that something that you just did this week?
No,
went back?
we've done it every week as we've gone, and you're just trying to identify: can we teach it better? Are we asking our guys to do things that are too much for them? Or is there an issue, whether it's communication or is there something happening that is causing those things? And that's really, as we evaluate it, that's what we're trying to attack. You figure out what is the problem and then, create a plan to attack that.
Approach, though, in practice to try to help this.
We've kind of gradually done that as the season has gone on, but yes.
All right, couple things that are there. I'll let you get to that point. A couple things I want to point out first.
What? How do you know my point is?
Because I know. I can see the look in your face.
Damn it.
I know where you're going.
Of course you do.
But a couple things he mentioned. He says, number one, is it can we teach it better? Is it too much for the guys to understand? Is there a different way that we can communicate it? Okay, those are the three things that we've talked about that before he even said this. This is going on a couple weeks now. Is it the coaching? Is it the guys? Is it the message?
Okay, some of that to me sounds like over inoculation. It sounds like just doing everything that he can do, pouring it on so thick to say, like, it could be on us. We must not be teaching it right. We're not reaching them somehow. It's our fault. It's our fault. It's our fault. When it's not their fault. It's very likely not their fault. Stay on sides. Don't snap count.
No, I think you're right. But it was interesting to hear him say that because we've mentioned that a couple times on this show, and then to hear Ben Johnson, and I like the way that our guest yesterday, Patrick Finley, mentioned it. That Ben Johnson is kind of like a parent who's just given up telling their child to clean up your room. You're fed up with it, and I think Ben Johnson got to the point where he's fed up with it, and it's not on the coaches, and it's not the way they're communicating it. It's the players. And Ben Johnson said that without saying it.
Now can I do my bit?
Wait, one other thing. At the very end there, listen to what he says.
Approach, though, in practice to try to help this.
We've kind of gradually done that as the season has gone on, but yes.
Gradually, you started the season off with 12 penalties, over 100 penalty yards in the first game, where you blew the fourth quarter and lost a game you shouldn't have lost. Like, that should have been ramped up from the get-go. So I don't know if there's a gradual build-up to it, or, it's finally the code red was issued, and now it's like, see something, say something. We're going to focus on it now. We heard Drew Dahlman, the center, talk about that extra focus that we need, that veteran leadership. Oh, then on top of it, here's a guy that's going to disrupt the locker room possibly, but you got to focus this week and get ready for this game.
I love the idea of the unorthodox techniques.
There you go. Now you can get a new.
Okay, right? Can I now, please?
We're kind of using some unorthodox things as far as out there on the practice field that you might not see.
Oh, I want to see them. I want to see the use of an actual electrified cattle prod.
All right, so is that the one you have, or do you have a list?
Several.
Okay.
Just off the top of my head.
I want to hear what you have.
Well, I'm working. The back of my brain is working on it as I'm talking right here. So one would be just enough of a cattle prod.
Okay.
So if you jump off sides, you get shocked.
Okay.
Or they have another, like a collar, like a dog training device.
Like the invisible fence thing.
Right. You put
that.
You put an invisible fence up there, and the moment the ball's snapped, you turn it off. But if the ball's not snapped, and you get that, whatever that is.
Okay.
Or it's the one from Running Man when your head explodes. So
you think they're doing that?
No, I don't think so. That'd be
I haven't
bad.
seen the injury report of anyone with exploding head.
Missing head, then parenthetically exploded. No.
Exploding rear, yes, but exploding head, no.
No, they're not going to have that. So that was one thought I had. The other was shaming.
Like body shaming? Oh, okay.
No, like where you wear a giant conical dunce cap. You're like the dunce of the practice, and you have to practice with, instead of the guardian cap, it is a guardian cap, but it's got a big, like a conical dunce cap on.
Or they could do it the other way and do like the cone you do for a dog after an injury.
Collar?
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do to embarrass a player, something like that, and just say shame, or you put him in the stocks and you parade him around and everybody throws things at him. So that's
we're kind of using some unorthodox things as far as out there on the practice field that you might not see.
All right, let me give you my third option.
All right, give me your third option. I have three ideas as well.
Okay, the third option, and this is kind of the military version of this. And that is, your mistake punishes the entire team. That we're a team, and if we have to run it again, if there is a penalty, everybody does push-ups.
Yeah.
Or everybody runs. It reminds me of, in Full Metal Jacket, a jelly donut. They're paying for it. You eat it. That kind of, where everybody, and then you get your peer pressure. You want to talk about that. You want to talk about that kind of see something, say something, police yourselves. If everybody, even some of the guys who are out there hurting a little bit, and if they're pissed off that you jumped again, you didn't know the snap count, so everybody's got to do push-ups, everybody's got to run. Then you might see it. Then you get your code red late at night when they get the pillowcases with the bars of soap in it. But whatever metaphor you want, that is kind of an extreme. I don't know if the NFL does that, but you get their attention.
We had a drill that we would use for offense. It was about extending the run out to take it to the outside, and then for defense, it was meant to stay in your assignment and keep your gap coverage alive. And we had the pads that separate the holes, and if a guy went over the pad instead of committing to his gap, then the whole team had to run laps. That was a punishment for it. And they would all call each other out when it would happen. And I would call it out loud as it happened. I'd let the play continue, but I would say, that's a lap. And there was one play where a guy went over the pads twice in one play, so it was 2 laps on one particular play.
Now, is that around the entire field, or is it like a down and back?
It's a down and back.
Okay.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's around the entire field.
Okay, it's around one
lap.
One football field.
One football field.
Okay.
And so on one particular play, they had to do 2 laps because of one guy.
All right. Well,
yeah. So I like that. So that was your one legitimate.
And then after practice, they beat the shit out of it.
Right. I would be like, okay. All right, coaches, turn your backs, or you get 2 minutes. 2 minutes, get the pads back to the pad shed, and whatever happens in there.
Grab a weapon
like
from the
Vegas.
weapon bucket.
We're kind of using some unorthodox things as far as out there on the practice field that you might not see.
All right, here's what I envisioned. I went back to the Roman Coliseum, and a guy false starts, does something, and a portion of the field opens up, and a giant tiger comes running out.
Cool.
Yeah, and goes after that
Because of the
guy.
Bengals.
Yes.
If you're going to be playing against the Bengals, if you get your foot bitten off by a tiger, stay on sides next time. Don't jump, know the snap count.
And then the second idea I had came from the Dennis Allen portion of the press conference.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Standing. Right, fire away.
Fire away. I think maybe they brought in some ICE agents to practice with the rubber bullets.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
And they're
Right, fire away.
They're American flag
Yes.
face coverings.
Yeah, the real Patriots, and they're like on towers over the field, and a little rubber bullet to
Put
the
'em to
helmet.
work.
Ow.
Well, they're going to be busy tonight.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Rounding
Good,
up
how are
trick-or-treaters.
Standing. Right, fire away.
All right,
Okay, well.
second idea.
All right.
Third one. They do a version of strip football. You commit a penalty, you got to lose something, like a shoe,
And then you work your way up.
and then you work your way up to the second shoe.
But here's the problem.
then your shoulder pads
We
and a helmet.
have a problem with that.
What's the problem?
Okay, here's the problem.
What?
You saw Hard Knocks. Theo Benedict can't wait to stand in his underpants.
Okay, that's true.
Right. So I think you're.
So he's doing it on purpose?
One of your culprits. One of your culprits decided to stand in front of the team in a Speedo just because he wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing wrong with that. I've got no problem with him wanting to do that, but he's going to be like, wait a second. I can commit penalties and stand naked in front of my teammates? Sign me up.
All right, so the very first play in practice, you false start. All right, shoes off. Second play, shoes off.
What's wrong with Theo? I don't know, but he keeps false starting.
So eventually he's just down to like an American flag Speedo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And running laps because he wants to.
All right, well, that's what I thought.
All right, I like the idea. It kind of reminds me of the SNL sketch Wedgie Fever when they realized the competitor was getting answers wrong so he could be hoisted up by his underpants. He's getting him wrong on purpose. Oklahoma.
I saw there was a really funny SNL bit this past weekend. They took the Hallmark movies, like the romantic Hallmark movies, and they made it into a Halloween love romance. And so the big city girl comes back to visit the hometown, and the in-town, like the hometown serial killer that's killing people is her ex-boyfriend.
Aww.
And so he's like in her house to kill her. And then he takes his mask off and he's like, Susie, is that you? And then she's like, Mark? And the movie's called The Stab at Love.
I like it.
It was really good. It was really, really fun. I'll just send it to you. It was funny. All right, so that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It were his unorthodox things that he was trying to, I don't know.
Whatever it works.
We're
Just
kind of using some unorthodox things as far as out there on the practice field that you might not see.
So I'd like to know what they really were.
6 or fewer. And if they win, maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, and I love that the reporters, they followed up. Well, like
Yes.
what? What are you doing? What kind of unorthodox things? Well, I can't tell you. I don't want to tell you.
It's just us. We're just hanging out.
I don't want to tell you.
Go
I'm
ahead
not
and
going to
tell
tell
us.
you.
But good for them for following up. And maybe if they're all giddy and excited after a win, that you can ask it then.
Well, hopefully we get to find out.
Mhm.
All right, so Dennis Allen met with the media, and he talked about the signing of CJ Gardner-Johnson, and he had some things to say.
Can you kind of walk us through the early stages of Chauncey when you got him after you drafted him, like kind of what you saw early on to move him to the nickel spot?
Yeah, look, I think that was part of the whole evaluation process that we went through. We saw a really good athlete. We saw a highly competitive player. And we felt like that was an easy fit for us back then, so he had played a little bit there. He'd played some safety. And we felt like at that point in time, it was kind of best to find kind of one spot for him and let him get comfortable in one spot. And he did a nice job for us.
He has a reputation of being a guy who can get under players' skin, obviously. You coached him in New Orleans. What's your say in terms of what makes him an aggressive player, but also walking that fine line.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think he's a highly competitive player. And I think he goes out there and competes on every single play. And so that's fully what I would expect for him to do, with us. So I think, he brings a little attitude to the football team, which I think is good.
Is he a different player now from maybe a couple years ago? Maybe maturing with age or whatever it might be?
I think we all mature with age. You know what I mean? Like, I think all of us, we make some mistakes as we're younger and we kind of learn from them and we kind of move on. I've seen a player that's matured a little bit.
A little bit.
And yet he still has that fiery attitude, which I think that's what makes him who he is.
Got the fire and the passion. It's going to fit right in.
They're trying so hard to not admit what everybody knows.
Yes.
It is painful, the euphemisms you have to use, competitive and fiery. He can be an asshole.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. As long as he's not. Do you remember Brandon Merriweather?
Yes.
Brandon Merriweather just was completely out of control. Absolute maniac at throwing himself at people. He was a bad union brother is what he was.
He was reckless on the football field.
Reckless, headhunter, a danger to himself and others. Just bad. I don't think that CJ Gardner-Johnson's that. I think he's like AJ Przinsky. I think he's just kind of an asshole who he's pretty good at what he does, that you hate him. What did Ozzie say about AJ? You hate him when he's on the other team. If he's on your team, you hate him a little less.
That's funny. Yeah, it's interesting.
By the way, I love AJ as a broadcaster.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's really good.
He's one day be as good as Smoltz.
Stop trolling me.
There was we'll talk about it real quick here about the CJ Gardner-Johnson signing. Just thinking back over it on the last couple days, and we had Patrick Finley on yesterday from the Sun-Times. He called it a desperation move. Called it desperate,
which it is.
Which it is. Here's a guy that three teams this year already. Traded, cut, released.
Same thing with AJ Przinsky.
Yep. And people are just saying, well, you know what? Let's give it a chance because Gordon's back in hopefully 4 weeks, if it's a minor thing. Was thinking about that and the 4 weeks in a football season. That's a really long time. 4 weeks is a really long time in a football season. That's 1/4 of your football season. How much of this guy will you tolerate over 1/4 of your football season? That's a lot of time to spend with your team.
Yep.
Now, you can say that, 4 games, that's not much for Gordon to miss, and, we'll get him back hopefully quicker. But 4 games is a long time to have an asshole in your locker room that's creating problems. How much do you tolerate based on how well he plays?
A lot. If he's good.
Mm-hmm.
He can decide that. He can. That's not a locked ratio. But of course that affects everything. That if he proves important, and he's got an interesting matchup this week because he is going to be completely in the slot.
Yep.
And anytime that the Bengals are in 11 personnel, I believe it's going to be Andrei Yoshkevash who will be his assignment. And Yoshua, a really interesting story, too. He was born in Tokyo. His parents are Filipino and Romanian.
Okay.
And he went to Princeton, and he's been pretty good. Like, good enough that he can, if you leave him in a one-on-one, he can burn you. He's had some drops that I've seen, but he's a great story. He's supposed to be a really, really interesting guy, too. But that's the assignment. That's what you're going to have. Last year, he had 62 catches or 765 yards and 10 touchdowns. And this year, he's well off that pace in 8 games.
Yeah, I just think the correlation between CJ playing well and Gordon coming back, those two things are separate. Can't have those together because if he's disruptive and not doing productive things on the football field, the Gordon timeline is meaningless.
Correct.
So you can't put those two together. And like you said, he owns his own timeline here with the Bears and what his future could look like. Because this most likely is going to be the last opportunity.
I called it last chance you.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're 27.
Yeah, this is it.
You're in the prime of your prime. You don't have enough wear and tear on you. It's not like he's coming off some major injury. Go ahead and prove it. And if you can't be mad at the world if this is it for you. You can't blame anybody but yourself if this is it for you. And if teams just don't want to bother anymore, if it's not worth it. It's all of these things. Yes, it's a desperation signing. He's also really good when he wants to be.
Right.
And there are some aspects to his provocations that can help a team. And the Bears have been the victim of it. The Bears have seen it. You know, we saw it with Anthony Miller. We saw it with Javon Wims. He can make you stupid. He can take advantage of stupid.
Yeah.
But you got to be real careful and know where the officials are. And you don't want to live on that. You don't want to come into a game thinking, this is my plan, I'm going to do that. And you just want him to be a good teammate.
Yeah, so let's hope that he is. Let's hope that he's productive on the field. And as a football fan, just for the sake of the Bears, let's hope he's got his mind right and he plays good football. Because he owns and he controls his own timeline here. It's got nothing to do with Gordon. And the question being asked about the Gordon timeline with this, they're two separate things.
Because Gordon, theoretically, if you need him to play a boundary, you could have both on the field at the same time. I don't want to have to do that. And
right.
they're probably, if Stevenson is back, they're going to go with Nishan Wright and keep McLeod on the bench. But if you see that CJ Gardner-Johnson you can't take him off the field because he has such an incredible impact, that'd be a great problem to have, and you worry about that when you get there. I don't think it's going to be a worry.
All right, one other coordinator, our guy Richard Hightower, special teams coach. He also met with the media, and he was asked specifically about the hurricane play. Rush the guys out there, get the field goal attempt quickly.
The 58-yard miss by
that
Cairo
fell short.
Santos.
That fell short by Cairo Santos.
In your experience, does the kind of the rush aspect of rushing out there, can that affect the length of the kick? Like, in other words, is there any data that shows like a timeout would result in longer kicks or anything?
Yeah, I mean, there's the sample size is not huge enough at times of certain yardages, but I know what you're asking and where you're going, and definitely the more time you have, the better, because it feels like a normal field goal. The less time you have, the kicker doesn't have time to take his steps or his approach, and the snap is coming super fast. And the best thing you can do is get your guys out there and get everybody set, so that you have enough time to go there. But you'd be surprised as many times you do it, somebody, he's not paying attention, or, somebody ran the wrong way off of the field, and now you got guys coming on the field, running into guys coming off of the field, and they fall on the ground, and it just looks like a circus. So from that standpoint, I thought our guys did a nice job.
Wait, what? How often has he seen guys run into each other and fall down on the ground? Wait.
I absolutely loved it.
The fact that he offered, how many times, under his watch, how often does that happen?
And the best thing you can do is get your guys out there and get everybody set, so that you have enough time to go there. But you'd be surprised as many times you do it, somebody, he's not paying attention, or, somebody ran the wrong way off of the field, and now you got guys coming on the field, running into guys coming off of the field, and they fall on the ground, and it just looks like a circus. So from that standpoint, I thought our guys did a nice job.
What, are there elephants coming out too?
I want to know the guy that's running the wrong way off the field.
What is the wrong way? Like backwards?
No, or the wrong sideline?
How do you run the wrong way off the field? Let me ask you, Coach. Are there like running lanes, or is it like right on left? Is it like walking the streets in Manhattan with your umbrella?
No, it's just look. If there's a guy running towards you, don't run at him.
Or is it like when you're in the hallway at school and you get one of those things where people are walking this way, you're going that way, and you end up doing the dance?
Or maybe guys leave the field on their hands?
I don't know.
You'd be surprised as many times you do it, somebody, he's not paying attention, or, somebody ran the wrong way off of the field, and now you got guys coming on the field, running into guys coming off of the field, and they fall on the ground, and it just looks like a circus. So from that standpoint, I thought our guys did a nice job.
Do you guys running circuitous routes?
I don't know.
Like veering wildly.
I loved it though.
Backflipping off the field.
I'm listening and I'm like,
cartwheeling off the field.
What is he saying?
Are they leapfrogging each other off the field? Just leave the field. Well, in my experience, at least 4 times out of 10, there's guys falling all over the place out there.
Somebody, hey, he's not paying attention, or hey, somebody ran the wrong way off of the field, and now you got guys coming on the field,
Don't run off the
running
field
into
that
guys
way.
coming off of the field, and they fall on the ground, and it just looks like a
Guys are
circus.
falling on the ground.
From that standpoint, I thought our guys did a nice job.
What happened, Coach? Well, the one guy had the bottle of seltzer he was spraying on everybody. The other guy had the giant spring-loaded pants that kept falling down to reveal his giant red polka-dotted boxers.
Like, as guys are running onto the field, the guys running off, they have the flowers that spray, and
That's
so they
what I
stop
mean.
them and spray them right in the face. Oh, I can't
One
see.
time, then
They
that
fall.
little car pulled up and everybody got out of it. You know, we weren't ready for that. The car, what filled with guys, is supposed to go onto the field, but the car came off the field, and then one car ran into the other, and we had everybody everywhere falling all over the place.
Because guys were running off the field the wrong way.
Burn all of our timeouts.
Somebody, hey, he's not paying attention, or hey, somebody ran the wrong way off of the field, and now you got guys coming on the field, running into guys coming off of the field, and they fall on the ground, and it just looks like a circus. So from that standpoint, I thought our guys did a nice job.
All right, let's not do that. Show them that tape and tell them that's what not to do.
I don't know. I loved it. So,
and it looks like a circus out there.
Oh my God,
there's animals everywhere.
I love Richard Hightower. I do.
You know, we look over. There's a guy launching himself out of a cannon.
Yes.
You got another guy with a sword all the way down to the bottom of his stomach. Dude's juggling fire. These things happen.
The first time I heard,
smells like cotton candy everywhere.
The guy's running off the field the wrong way. I just pictured a guy running to the wrong sideline.
Right.
Johnson! Johnson, get back here! Where's he? Johnson!
Wrong sideline. I've seen that when guys have a traumatic brain injury.
There's a concussion, yes.
Right, yeah.
But you're in a hurry up.
I can't tell
hurricane motion for a field goal.
They should call it circus. Don't call it
That's
hurricane.
what it should be.
Call it circus.
Oh, I loved it. I love listening to Richard Hightower. It's one of my favorite things on Thursdays.
I will say, all comedy aside,
yeah,
Declan Doyle is really good as a talker and as an explainer.
I think if the Bears are successful under Ben Johnson in these next couple seasons, that guy will get looks. For sure.
Because we know Johnson will give him more responsibility and allow him to call some plays here or there in the preseason and maybe a series. Who knows how he does it.
But good stuff. All right, one final thing I want to get into it with you. Montez Sweat had his 50th sack the other day. And he completed that task in 99 games. All right, I got a little trivia here for you. You got to think the sack guys, sack machines.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, in order, 1, 2, 3, the fastest ever in number of games played to 50 sacks? Now, you're talking about prolific sack getters.
Ever in the history of the NFL?
Yes.
The fastest
to 50.
All right. J.J. Watt?
No. And all I have I pulled numbers for the top 3.
I wonder how far back these go. Like Derrick Thomas?
You watched all these guys play. Derrick Thomas, number 2 on the list at 54 games.
Okay. LT?
No.
All right, so I got 1 in Derrick Thomas. What about...
Now, as an adult, you've watched these guys play.
As an adult, I've watched them.
Well, maybe one guy even younger.
Strahan?
Nope. Derrick Thomas, good guess, though. 54 games to get 50 sacks.
Gastineau?
Nope.
I wonder if there's any who flamed out, who had like a crazy, like Javon Curse.
No.
Who had they're probably all among the careers. Reggie White.
Reggie White is number 1.
Okay.
Took him 40 games. 4-0.
Wow. To get to 50.
Yes.
Pretty good.
40 games.
Yeah, pretty good player. So Reggie White, Derrick Thomas.
Number 3.
Trying to think of somebody. Kevin Green. Somebody early on. Did Dent do it?
No. It is not Dent.
Sack machine.
Yeah.
The sack man. Is this a Hall of Famer?
Yes. He will be.
Still playing?
He will be a Hall of Famer.
Still playing?
Is he still playing?
Or is he retired? What about...
No, he's still playing.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to guess... I was thinking like maybe Bruce Smith?
No, it's a good guess, though.
I don't think it's not... It's going to be a Hall of Famer for somebody is a... Oh, is it a Bosa?
It is not.
And it's not TJ Watt.
Let's see. Yeah, he actually had 2 tackles in a game against the Bears this year, and credited for half a sack in a 25-24 Bears victory.
There were 2 25-24 Bears victories.
Yes, there were.
So one was over the Raiders. Oh, Crosby.
Nope.
Oh, I thought I had it for sure. Dexter Lawrence?
So on the Commanders, he got his 50th sack in his 58th game. Denver Bronco.
Denver Bronco for his career.
Yep.
I don't know.
Von Miller.
He had that against the Bears?
That's what it says.
I don't remember it.
Either do I.
I seriously don't remember that.
Neither do I.
Yeah, see, that's in my notes. Von Miller. Okay. I got to look at that. All right. That's an amazing number.
Isn't that incredible, though?
That really is.
Reggie, well, first of all, all 3 of them are insane. But the Reggie White.
Well, I remember Derrick.
50 sacks in 40 games.
Yeah, I remember Derrick Thomas. Didn't he have 6 in a game or 7 in a game?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, there's one. He was a part of the changing of the rule. He was part of why why the tackle can set back with his head at the guard of the center's ass was because of Derrick Thomas. That you couldn't stop him turning the corner.
Yeah. What years did Reggie White play? I can't remember his years.
Reggie White finished up in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. Because he was still playing when I was on the beat. He poor Steve Stenstrom.
Oh yeah, 85 to 2000. 2000 last year with the Carolina Panthers.
That's right.
Yeah, Eagles, Packers, obviously, and then remember, when he went to the Packers, what a huge, a huge story for free agency.
Derrick Thomas 7 sacks in a game. November 11th, 1990, as a Chief. He sacked Dave Craig 7 times. Future Bears quarterback Dave Craig. Yes. 7 sacks in a game.
All right. So looking at Montez Sweat, just got his 50th career sack, did it in 99 games. He has 14.5 sacks for the Bears in 32 games. And 14.5 puts him 47th all time on the Bears sack list. Do you know, if you look at his entire career, where 50 would put him on the Bears' all-time sack list?
Where 50 sacks would put him on the Bears' all-time list?
Yeah.
He's got 40. If he had 50 as a Bear.
If he had 50 as a Bear, where would 50 land him?
Up there. Because most of the great Bears pass rushers were there before they kept track of sacks. So Dent is number 1.
Correct.
And then, there's probably a couple other 85 guys in there, but Peppers has to be up there. I'd say it puts him in the top 5.
It would put him at number 8. Number 8.
Okay.
All time. So, yeah, would get him in the top 10. 50 gets him in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's on that list?
Let me just pull it up here. Hang on.
Because, Buffon insisted that he had 20 in a year, but they just weren't keeping track of them. So he said he never got credit for it because it just wasn't a stat that they kept. And that was the same thing. Do you remember at the Super Bowl when we interviewed, oh man, we interviewed so many of the Deacon Jones?
Yes.
Remember Deacon Jones?
Yes.
Do you remember his hands?
Oh my God. Insane.
And then because I was mentioning the head slap and he cocked his hand back as if he was going to do it.
Yeah, he did hit you.
No, he didn't. He did not hit me.
all right.
I wouldn't be here.
Number 1, Richard Dent, 124.5. So this is Bears all-time sack numbers. Bear, yeah.
Right.
Steve McMichael, 92.5. Dan Hampton, 82.
3 Hall of Famers.
Jim Osborne, number 4.
Number 68. Terrific player.
81.
Terrific player.
Number 5, Doug Atkins.
Wait, so how do they know? I didn't think they were keeping track of him when Atkins was playing. Is there an estimation?
Maybe they go back retroactively.
Maybe. I don't know.
Number 6, Mike Hartenstein.
My guy.
At 55. Number 7, 51.5, Ed Obradovich. Number 8, Alex Brown at 43.5. Number 9, the agent, Trace Armstrong at 42. And number 10, Agunlie.
Oh, yeah.
Adewale Agunlie at 42 also.
Okay.
Brian Urlacher, 41.5. Jim Flanagan, 40.5.
So Peppers isn't even there. Yeah.
Yeah, Alan Page, 40. Otis Wilson, and then you have to drop down to 15 to get to Julius Peppers at 37.5.
Thought he was higher.
It's interesting.
But at least that is a list that isn't entirely embarrassing.
No,
like when we start looking at quarterbacking or wide receivers.
I won't do that to you.
Yeah, it's weird to do a Bears list that doesn't make us throw up, isn't it?
And have you ever looked at Pro Football Reference? They have this AV category, which is the approximate value. Is their attempt to attach a single number to every player.
It's like war.
Since 1960, yeah. And just looking through the AV number, it's interesting who they have. Well, I mean, Walter Payton obviously is number 1. Before I categorized it, I thought Walter Payton would be 1, and I thought Brian Urlacher would be number 2.
Just because of statistical production?
Yes.
It's hard to measure a lot of the stuff he did.
So I don't know what.
Football. This is such a fool's errand for football.
No, it is, but they have Walter Payton at 1, Mike Singletary at 2, at 159, and then Urlacher is 3 at 152.
No.
And then from there it drops considerably to Dan Hampton at 125.
Anything that has Mike Singletary as more valuable than Dan Hampton.
Discount it immediately.
Anything that has him more valuable than Dan Hampton is flatly entirely wrong.
Here, this is their top 10. Again, it's their approximate value. So they try to put one single digit on
You're going to turn me into John Smoltz talking about this metric.
All right, Walter Payton.
I don't believe in any of this garbage.
Mike Singletary, Brian Urlacher, Dan Hampton, Lance Briggs, Steve McMichael, Richard Dent, Dick Butkus, Gary Fensick, Jay Hilgenberg at 10.
Take that out back. Take that stat out back and throw it in the drumster.
I immediately thought, all right, Peyton's 1. I had my brain, Urlacher's 2. I clicked it to categorize it, and Singletary,
I'm done
number 2.
You can take that thing out and burn it somewhere.
Mike Singletary, 8 points.
Don't ever invoke
8
that.
8 points behind Walter Payton.
If you want to turn me into a statistical Luddite, you have
7 points ahead of Brian Urlacher.
You found the metric to make me do it. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they found it, but it's bad and stupid, and you'd be done.
34 points ahead of Dan Hampton.
Nope. No. That would be a no. What position did Dan Hampton play in the defensive line? All of them. Every single one of them.
At once.
But wherever he was, multiple positions in a game, wherever he was needed, both ends, both tackles, anything. No, and no.
Wow.
No.
Good stuff.
No. And I don't want to end on a sad note.
All right, then don't end on a sad note.
I won't, because what I can do is I can tell you all about our dear friends at Beer Church. And what Beer Church does is they lend their imprimatur to forward progress. And we're happy that they do, because, first of all, I know you're headed out there, and you are going to enjoy everything that I have. Beer Church Brewing, New Buffalo's brewery, pizzeria, and a historic church. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizza, small batch craft beer, brunch every day. Visit beerchurchbrewing.com. And I've shown you this before. Their menu is more than a menu. I would call it a magazine, but it's even more than that. They refer to it as their hymnal. And what's really cool about Beer Church is when they decided to build this brewery in a Civil War era iconic church in downtown New Buffalo, The church was there since 1861, and they've decided to lean into the whole church thing. The wonderful home-baked bread that they make there, they refer to as their communion bread, and their brews, the Pontius Pilate, the Peach Be With You, the Crooked Cross. Those are just some examples of where they go with this whole thing. And you can sit down and look at the shots that they do. Heaven's Gate, Kinky Mary, Bathsheba. I would say if you're sensitive to such things, you steel yourself, because their shrimp cocktail is the St. Erasmus of Campania Colossal Shrimp Chalice. And you can go through this hymnal all day and have fun with all the stuff that they do. And this is embodied in the experience that you have there. So go and enjoy, and there's a lot of TVs. There's plenty of places on their heated pad to go to watch games. But the important thing is the pizza school, and especially as we start getting into some of these later months, if your business, your workplace does Christmas parties, this is new and different and fun. I've been to the pizza making school. I'm not technically certified, but I feel like I am, because I was taught by their pizza making crew, as you will be, whether it's 12 people or 300 people. You learn to stretch the dough. You learn to top it. You can eat every pizza on the menu until you say stop. So book now. Go to beerchurchbrewing.com. If you want to just go there, check in, and especially this time, there's never a bad time to go to New Buffalo, because it's always gorgeous in that part of our region. It's Beer Church could not be easier to find. It is right on the way. And you go in and you say, hey, where's John, the owner? Hey, thanks for being a big supporter of 312 Sports and Forward Progress. And he'll show you around, and your kids will love it. You'll love it. Go take it in. We love Beer Church. Maddie, you're going to have an unbelievable time. I can't believe you haven't been yet, and I can't wait for you to have that first experience. Beer Church Brewing. Book your party now. beerchurchbrewing.com.
And that'll do it for another episode of Forward Progress. But we're not done this weekend.
Does not do it for the weekend, because we will be coming to you on this program live on YouTube in real time, immediately after the Bears game. Come on out. We've got a great community that is building around these broadcasts. We had a sub sitting in for you last game, because I know you have finished up with your season. Great job by the Cats this year, and it was a valiant performance by your son in the final game. But now we're all about our post games. Right around, what do you say, 3-ish?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, I mean, again, we'll depend. It depends how the game goes itself and what the structure of the game is and how it all plays out for us. Hopefully, we're talking about a Bears victory on Sunday over the Bengals. And my guy, Frankenstein's Monster. Have a great Halloween. Be safe and smart tonight. Yeah, enjoy yourself.
Please be safe and smart. And if you, I know there are certain neighborhoods that are looking for volunteers who are looking to help out and make sure that kids and families have extra eyes and ears out there. I know it's something that my wife is going to be doing tonight as I'm manning the door. She is heading out further north and west in the city.
Club Bernstein going on? Halloween, you're manning the door. IDs, please.
Yeah, by the velvet rope. I love doing it, and so feel free to come by the house. And I want to
full size candy bars too at the Bernsteins.
I have to go. I know I have to go buy more, because
you ate it all, or did your wife?
Somebody, the Halloween gremlin found the candy.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
So I hid it in plain sight, and I knew that. When I saw it, that there were going to be some.
We have less candy now.
Gee, I wonder what happened.
Less candy, our guy.
So I am going to get more, but I look forward to seeing all the adorable kids tonight. And be safe, be aware, be smart. And if you're driving around this afternoon, drive really slowly. I got to remind myself, because I drive fast.
Yeah.
So this is a day where I always tell myself, "Slow down, idiot." So I'm saying the same to you. There.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abatacola on 312 Sports.